Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Top Producers Nation podcast. This, of course, is the podcast that is made to help agents become top producers in their desired market, whatever market that may be. You can check us out at topproducersnation.com to learn more about our online community, platform, coaching, and support that we have in place to help you be a top producer. We are powered locally by our Tampa Bay Real Producers franchise here in Tampa Bay. And of course, we run our events and our magazine monthly here with our Tampa Bay Real Producer community. And our guest today is actually somebody who was recently featured in Tampa Bay Real Producers. And that, of course, is Courtney Welch with Keller Williams. Good to have you, Courtney.
Thank you. I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you on the show. As I said, Courtney was just recently featured as a team feature, a team leader feature.
Yes, it was fun.
In our, I guess that was July, right? Our July feature of this year.
I think it was July. Yes, yeah, July.
July of 2025. We had her recently at one of our MVP socials as well. So we're going to dive in a little bit with your background first for people to get to know it a little bit. I know you told me off camera that you had born and raised here in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
A little local yokel. And
I am.
What got you interested in real estate eventually?
Yeah, thank you. So yes, I am Courtney Welch, like the grape juice. People remember me that way. But yeah, born and raised in Tampa. Been here my whole life. I'm technically Seffner. That's where I was raised. So yeah, I've been here for a long time. I would say why I got into real estate. I'm a fourth generation realtor. So mom's a realtor, grandma's a realtor, great grandma was one of the first women brokers in Lexington, Kentucky. Wow. So long line of women.
It is in the family.
It's in the family. I didn't leave college thinking I was going to do real estate. I actually sang opera professionally. Oh, wow. Which is a little different. So I did that for about 2 years. And
you still sing?
I do for like weddings and funerals. So if anyone needs, I sing a good Ave Maria. So if people need a good opera singer.
Hey, I'm sure there's some people out there that might want to take a note of that.
Let me know.
Do you sing at like church or anything?
Sometimes, yeah, I do. Sometimes with like church banquets and church. I'm Catholic, so I'll do that. And then, so I just do it part-time, but I did that for 2 years. It's very hard to get successful in the opera world. Yeah. As I'm sure you can imagine. So I was still living at home.
Was that your major at school?
No, I actually was a communications major, but I was in the choirs at Stetson. I went to Stetson University, and I played soccer for 1 year, which is random, but yeah, so I always wanted to do the opera world, and I did it for 2 years, and I sang at like Italian restaurants and
that was after graduation. Okay.
And then I was still living at home. I think I was like 22, 23. And I was like, you know what? This is just not cutting it. My parents didn't want me to quit. My agent didn't want me to quit. But I was like, no, I think I just want to, do something. I always knew I wanted to do something in sales. Yeah. So my dad's like, I'm signing you up for a real estate class. You'd be great at it. It's in the family. And here I am, almost 10 years later.
Yeah, we were saying almost a decade coming up.
I know, showing my age.
Do you feel like you've been in real estate 10 years already?
Yes and no. Honestly, it's crazy to think about like when I first started and how different the markets have been. Because I got my license in 2016. Yeah, 2016. But then it also goes by in a blink of an eye.
Has it been with KW for 10 years?
The whole time.
Nice.
Yeah. Same office, Keller Williams, South Shore.
And so you already had obviously family members that had a real estate background, as you were saying. But I think you also said that your mom got licensed the same time that you did.
Yeah. So we both. My mom was a stay-at-home mom for many, many years. And then my dad was like, you guys should both do it. So we do it. She's, great. She's very part-time now. She was like doing it full force with me for a long time. But she's fantastic at it. She knows everybody. She really is like a marketing, especially for my dad. If you need a good dentist, my mom would say he's the cutest bald-headed dentist in Seffner. If you need a good bald dentist.
Shout out to Dentist Welch
shout out
there.
to Dr. Harold Welch. So she was always like his marketing guru for him. And everyone, and especially in the Seffner area, has heard that phrase. So she just knows everybody. So she in the beginning was kind of helping us with getting our leads and everything, and I would do all the work and she would just know all the people.
So is that how the business started to get some traction initially? Was it kind of your local contacts in Seffner and a lot of the patients from your dad's office?
Yep. Typically I would say 25 to 30% of our business stems from my dad's practice. He's
still today?
Still to this day.
Nice.
He's very proud. He has an entire wall dedicated to our real estate team.
That's awesome.
With all of our, it's actually something we talk about in our listings. He has a little slideshow with all of our listings and stuff and little information. And we do get calls all the time. Oh, you know what? I am looking for a house in Tampa or St. Pete or something.
Very cool.
So
So from the beginning, and if you think back to that first year or so, right, when you were in the business, I'm sure that there's been some challenges over this decade that you can look back and think about. But what if there was a turning point at all for you to be able to get some traction? Does anything jump out at you that really started to make an impact early in that first year or two?
For sure. So we have always been heavy on like client sphere, sphere of influence, and just that relationship-based business. So for us, we always wanted to make sure we joke, but it's true. It's very true. Our clients are our friends for life. So we say we want your future great grandkids to think of the Welch family group and use us down the road. So a lot of that has also been making sure
like the grape juice.
Like the grape juice. I know I say my great grandfather.
It is.
Our little logo is grapes. Yeah. I tell people that my grandparents
you could tie in. Maybe juice. I had some connection there.
I do.
I have a legacy of grape success in my life.
Wait. That's amazing. And I'm going to start using that. Yes, I actually have joked with people that my great grandparents own the grape juice.
Yeah.
And yet, if that was true, I probably would not be working today. So never mind. But I just use it as our logo. We have the grapes. But anyway, so back to what we were saying, we definitely are all about client base. So from the beginning, we would do events to keep, relationships with our clients.
What kinds of events?
It's so funny. It's gotten so big, like much and much bigger throughout the years. Of course, as our business has gotten bigger, events has gotten bigger. Our main one is we do a fall carnival every year. Last year it was fall carnival Halloween themed, which was really fun. Yeah. About 200 plus people came, and we do bounce houses. We have food trucks, DJs or live music. We also have a dunk tank. I will never be in the dunk tank, but our clients have the opportunity of dunking my brother and my brother Ben, and then my brother's best friend who's on our team won. So they're in the dunk tank. I will never be in the dunk tank if the world would be ending. But
who
it's
knows
a lot
how
of
much
fun.
business you're missing by not joining the dunk tank.
I kind of agree.
People would love
People might come more if I was getting dunked. Yeah,
that's right.
Unfortunately, but yeah, so that's our biggest one. So we're doing that this year. We're currently starting to plan for it.
And is this something that you just invite to past clients? Or are you marketing it to the whole community? Who are you targeting?
So we do. It's mostly our past, because there's so many past clients. Which we're very thankful for. Not necessarily to the community. However, if it doesn't necessarily have to be a past client, we also market it to people who have referred us business, because not all of our people that we invite to these events have done business with us, but they're like, hey, my mom, needs a realtor or something. Sure. So, and friends of ours, of course, family friends and stuff. Yep. Maybe one day we'll do it to everybody. And we have to keep selling more real estate, it's because these events, can be pricey. But yeah.
How many events a year are you guys running now?
So typically we do about 4.
Okay. So like a quarterly thing, and they're all big bangers, or you have
That's
different...
the biggest one. Okay. We also do. My mom is from Louisville, Kentucky. You have to say it right. Louisville. Not Louisville. Louisville, Kentucky. Horse country. Yes. If you have not gone to the Kentucky Derby,
it's gorgeous up there.
Highly recommend. Yeah. So she is from Louisville, Kentucky. She makes the most amazing Kentucky Derby pie. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I have.
Okay. Yep. Not good if you're on a diet. So every year we make over 100 pies.
How's she doing with her mint juleps? Pretty good too.
She hates mint juleps.
Really?
Actually. I know.
That's surprising.
Yeah. She doesn't like mint. I know, unfortunately. But there's another drink at the Derby. I don't know what it's called, but she likes that one at least.
I've actually never been to the Derby, but I think I've told Rob it's on my list. I want to check it out.
You have to go.
Yeah.
Like,
to go full-fledged too, though. I know. You get fancy suits, big hats.
If you don't have a hat, don't even go.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a cousin who lives in South Carolina. Him and his wife go every year.
Okay.
I always see the photos on Facebook where the hats are huge, and it seems like a fun experience.
I've only been once, and it was my mom with her little real estate money she made. It was her goal. She's like, I'm going to take everyone in our family,
nice,
as in like our immediate family, to the Derby. So that was when I was 25. So it's been a few years, but I definitely want to go back. It was once, and if you do go, let me know. I'll tell you what to do. There's a lot of. I do have the hookup. Okay. There's a lot of events you got to do. It's not just the Derby. Online, people, or people see on TV. There's multiple races, but there's so much that goes on. During that time. So 10 out of 10 record day.
Is it a Kentucky Mule? Is that the other drink?
Yes. There you go.
Mule makes sense. I can see that being a big thing up there.
She does like that. That's the one. Yep.
There you go.
Looked it up quickly. Yeah. That's definitely one
That's
of
why
her
Rob's
faves.
here. He can throw in a lot of good wisdom in the corner.
Yeah.
He's got Google on his side, Chat GPT, whatever we need.
So yes, that's the one she likes. 10 out of 10. Recommend. She's a big bourbon gal. So yes, we do the Kentucky Derby pie giveaway. We also do trivia night. We call it our VIP trivia night. So that's a smaller event, and that's for a lot of our clients have done a lot of, business with us and or referred us a lot of people. Trivia is fun. I'm terrible at it. So that's why I don't participate. So I just sit there and watch them, Some people are good.
So you
some
don't
people
go to
be
the
terrible
dunk
at it.
tank. You don't enjoy the
I know,
trivia night.
I know. What am I?
What are you actually joining in
Right?
here on, Courtney?
I
Are
did
you
make
participating
pies
in
this
any of
year.
these things?
No, in reality, not much. I did make pies this year and last year. Poor Betsy, Mama Betsy was struggling to make the pies, all by herself. And she looked at me, Juan, and Ben, and she's like, no, you three are helping us make these pies. So we've learned. And if the pie isn't as good, it's probably because it was one of mine, Ben or Juan's, and not actually Mama Betsy making it. But that's what I contribute. So that one. And then, so those three, and then sometimes every year we mix it up and do something different. We'll sometimes do like online, like giveaways and stuff for clients. I think this year
so
we gave away
these events are pretty much the same annually, the
yeah,
same themes.
We've had different events, but then, in my opinion, if it's not broke, don't fix it. All of our, especially like the pies, like there's been one time we normally give them on Derby Day.
They love
they
it. They
expect
get used to
it. And I've had clients be like, "Hi, where's the pie?" Like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, we're a month late. We were on vacation."
We found the same things with Real Producers as well, even with our Agent Choice Awards, which has been 3 years now, and the MVP socials that you've come to have been kind of a branded thing for a while now. So yeah, I see the value in having that consistency to it for sure.
For sure.
In your experience, like, the event program, has it been put in place and has it been a driver of new business for you guys? Is it more about nurturing existing clients and having that loyalty?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Both.
Yeah, I would definitely say both. Every time we have these events, someone saying, "You know what, I am thinking of selling," or like know a friend, and or will bring a friend, that might need real estate needs. And then it's also, just keeping those relationships, because we do cherish our relationships with our clients. Like, some of our clients have become some of our, best friends. And, we love them all dearly. So yeah, it's a little bit of both, like keeping that relationship. And then, yes, of course, if they are like, you know what, oh yeah, we are thinking of this. It's kind of like
it's a great way to get out in the community and show support to the community.
For sure.
Are they all in Seffner area that you hold them?
So the Fall Carnival we have it at my parents' community center. And they have like a pretty big community center. We actually had it for a few years at my parents' backyard, which that was interesting. They have a really big backyard, so it worked out. The community pool was shut down, and this was a story. They did not tell us. They told us 2 weeks, the community, that we could not have the event before. Like, sorry, like the community pool shut down. Like, you can't have it. Yes. And I was like, what are we going to do? And so I told my parents, I'm like, all right, we're having it, because everything was already, people were invited. I was like, we're having it in your backyard. I was like, it's time to make your trees look less, foreclosed on, trim the bushes and stuff. So, but that worked out. And then now it's back at the community center. The trivia night varies. It kind of just depends, not like set in place, but we try to keep it local, because all of our clients, we don't want some clients to have to drive too far. So we'll try to be in like more of like a central area to everywhere, because we go about an hour and a half each way from the Tampa area. Yeah. So we'll try to keep it a little bit more.
Have you found most of your clients are in that East Tampa side, Riverview, Seffner? Or are they really spread out all over Tampa Bay?
Out. Yeah.
I know you mentioned before you also are still doing business in St. Pete and Pinellas County and some other markets.
We just sold some in St. Pete. We have a few listings in St. Pete. We just went under contract in Lakeland. We have one in Spring Hill. I'm showing properties right now in Sarasota. So like we'll go all over. Okay. I would say like we know a lot of people in like the Seffner, Brandon, Riverview area, because we're born and raised there. And yet, no, we'll literally drive, like I said, about an hour and a half each way. Now, Juan on my team, his wife is from Jacksonville. So we actually have we have a listing right now in Jacksonville. Okay. And he sells a lot in Jacksonville. So
nice. Does he live here though?
He lives here. Okay. Yeah.
And the team, so if people know, is you, your brother, you mentioned, right? Yep. Juan is also on the team, and your mom, is that correct?
So it's 4 of us. We say we're a 4 for 1 deal.
All in the family.
All in the family. Juan technically is not blood related. And
he's adopted now.
He's adopted. Yeah, he's my brother's best friend. I joke he's the brother I've always wanted. But yeah, no, my brother and I, we're best friends. So yeah, it's just 4 for us. We also have an assistant.
Did your brother get licensed same time you did?
No. So he actually... I was telling him, I was like, you would be great in real estate. You should do it. You should do it out of college. He's younger than me. I'm the middle child. But he was like, no, I don't. For some reason, I don't know why. He was like, I want to be a business owner. His own path. Yes. He was like, I want to be a business owner. And I'm like, Ben, I know. Please laugh. Because I was like, Ben, this is being a business owner.
True.
It took him a minute to like get it. And after, like I say, like year after he graduated, he's been in the business now, I think maybe 7-ish years.
Okay.
And then Juan was maybe 2 years after Ben.
So how has the business evolved for you in the decade you had it? You mentioned last year, I think we were talking off camera, you guys did over 20 million last year. You think you're going to end up somewhere around 60 or so transactions this year, probably over 20 million again, it sounds like.
For sure.
I would take it. Has it been a pretty like year upon year growth? Have you seen more of a roller coaster type experience? What's it look like for
I
you?
think every year we've grown a little. I think definitely our best year was probably the crazy market in the sense of
21.
volume. Yeah, 21, 22.
Remember what you did that year? What was your best year ever?
It was still around 50, but our volume was higher. So I want to say it was like maybe 23-ish in volume.
Okay.
And for me personally, my brother is my co-team lead now. Where at the time it was just me. So like my bank account was a little prettier, at that time, which is fine. But
Do you
anyways,
spend most of your energy, Courtney, on buyers or listing appointments or both?
50.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our business is like last year, I want to say last year was a little bit more. No, last year was 50-50. We did 50 units. I think it was literally like 26, 24. So basically 50-50.
You have a preference either way?
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the market, I guess, can be a little different,
sure.
of course. And yeah, our listings, not every single one, but majority of them still are selling because I know that's a hard market for sellers right now. And then buyers, are fun too. We actually had a buyer get under contract and there was multiple offers. So it's still crazy. There's depending on some markets, sometimes you have multiple offers. But yeah, I like them both. Just depends.
Has the business always been just organic growth, or have you guys done other forms of marketing and campaigns?
It's always been organic. 1 year, especially when we had Juan join the team, we tried doing like the online paid
SEO
lead thing.
stuff or
yes.
whatever.
I mean, it works for some people, did not
for
work
you
for
guys.
us. We are strictly relationship based, which I love and I'm so thankful for. So no, we've never done any paid leads, and we're not like Realtor or Google or anything like that. Just strictly relationship.
It sounds like the
based.
events have been a heavy emphasis on that relationship program.
Absolutely.
And I'm assuming, obviously, since we do a lot of events with real producers, there's a certain emphasis that goes into the planning and the promotion and the marketing of the event prior.
Yep.
And then once the event takes place, I'm assuming there's also some sort of a follow-up system in place where you guys are connecting with the people who are in attendance and doing, whether it's sit-down meetings, coffee meetings. Is that kind of the gist?
So 100%. I am not a systems gal. That is just not my thing. And yet we do have a system in place. We are way more calling, texting, as opposed to, I wouldn't necessarily say we sit and meet with people in coffee after the fact, but we always
Just staying in touch.
Yeah. We like to say thank you so much for coming for the people that did come. And we'll do that probably within the first week of the event. And then we'll, of course, the people who couldn't come say, we missed you so much, we'll have to see you next time.
Yep.
But yeah, that as a systems sense, I am not a systems gal. I'm a little chaos. But the chaos works for me. I have learned throughout the years to just do what you're good at and not try. Sometimes what works for somebody else isn't going to work for you.
For sure.
And so I used to be like, I need to be systems and I need to do this and I do that. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe one day it might kick me in the butt, but as of right now, it has not yet. So
Does your brother take over some of that stuff?
He is
Do you guys,
way more system.
So that's always a good thing, is to have
Yes.
multiple people that have different personalities and strengths that they can bring to the
100%.
table.
Yeah, I was very much.
He throws you
chaos.
out there as the pretty face and the brand of the company,
you.
and then
Thank you.
he takes over
Totally
all the
make me
heavy work,
pretty
right?
today.
All the
Yes.
operational stuff that is needed.
Right there, you go. They need some of that. 100%.
Critical.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. What do you think looking at your career over the last 10 years, what do you think you enjoy the most about what you do?
Just making relationships with people, and also just making people's dreams like come to reality, and or surprising them in a good way. Like, oh, this did work out. Like, I have a seller right now who was so anxious, and we got under contract pretty quickly, and she's like, I didn't expect this with the crazy market. Like, thank you. So just like making people feel at ease when it's one of the biggest purchases, and or on the opposite side if they're selling of their lives.
sure.
But it's just meeting people. Like I am, if I don't know if you can tell, I'm a very social butterfly. I get that from my mom. So yeah, I love people. I'm all about building relationships, and that's truly why I love what I do.
Is there a part of the business that you have found to be the most challenging?
Yes. I mean, I probably can go on and on. There's a lot of things that can be challenging. I think it depends on the day. If you ask me what is challenging,
Yeah.
especially if you don't have a good co-op agent don't do that. Be a good co-op agent.
Part of the reason why we have our platform
Yeah.
is to provide opportunities for agents to build a community and connect.
For sure.
Since so much of your business is working with other top producers. And
to get to know
if
them.
there's a relationship there, it usually goes smoother.
100%. And we, not only just for other agents, but like, lenders and title companies and stuff. Actually, one of our houses that were under contract, that the multiple offers one, that agent kind of knew us, but knew our lender. And like, that's, why she felt comfortable with us over the other offers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think it's important to get to know, people in this industry. So yeah, I would say this year, the things that haven't made me happy, I've had a few not happy co-op agents. They're,
That can really ruin a deal.
Can really ruin a deal. And I mean, we closed and I had a few gray hairs. I've also learned in my career, it took me a while to learn this. One of my jokes, but it's so true, is to not cry in the shower over clients. This was when I was much
younger. As an opera singer, you should be singing, right?
I know. My opera was a little hazy because I was crying in the shower. Yeah. But no, this was years ago. It was one of the first, because we've sold, we don't discriminate over clients. Like we sell $50,000 worth of land. We actually have a listing right now that's $30,000, and then we'll sell some over $1 million. So we're everywhere in between. But it was one of my first luxury clients. And
you can get emotionally attached to those big ones, can't you?
Especially when you're younger, especially when it's one of your first. This was many, many years ago. And they were not nice at all. They would comment on whether it was my appearance, my work ethic. It was not good. Very emotionally, I would say, abusive. And I would cry in the shower over them. And then I told myself, why am I crying in the shower over this? It's not.
You get to choose who you want to work with.
You do. Yeah. And there's a power, and I think agents should know this, in knowing that you can fire clients if they're not treating you right, no matter what, kind of client they are or what they're going to be, and or purchasing or selling. Have respect for yourself and know when enough is enough. So that one was my breaking points. Now I don't, sometimes I might still cry in the shower, but not over clients. It might just be because I feel for them, in the situations they're going through. So
no, that's a great point. And I think a lot of times, especially when agents are newer, they are desperate, and that, I always say they have commission breath. You could kind of feel it.
They really are.
Ultimately, that's a tough way to kind of position yourself if you want to get traction. And it's tricky when you aren't getting a lot of deals and you're trying to just stabilize things and get a little bit of traction, not to come across that way. Yeah. But it's a mindset really thing. It's a way to kind of train yourself.
100%. And if you are constantly in the mindset of scarcity and if I don't do this one, it's not going to happen, then that's just how the reality of your situation is going to go. So
do you remember how many deals you did in your first year?
My first year I did 19.
Oh, wow. So it's a pretty healthy first year.
Or maybe it was 11. My second year was 19.
Okay.
Or something.
So it's not like you had a hard time getting some traction. It sounds like you got it pretty quickly.
Yeah. It took me, I would say, my first full year is from a January to December. Yeah, it was 19 transactions.
This was really your first time in a commission-based job, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have any sort of sales background, even though you wanted to get into sales.
I did staffing sales, which kudos to those people. I hated it. I did that for about 3 months out of college, and then I did the opera world. But yeah, this was my first time doing strict commission-based, and I didn't really know what that entailed. And there's pros and cons to it.
That's not easy for people to do either for the first time.
And that's what I tell people. I am an open book, and I tell, especially if people want to get into the business, and I talk to them about it. I was like, you can make a lot of money, or you can make no money, and you just have to be prepared when you jump into the business. I think I kind of went into it a little naive, and I didn't really know, and I had some savings, so that was good. But
I remember my first paycheck on my first commission-based job, which was Cutco. I told you I sold Cutco knives. It was for $13.40.
Framed it.
And I remember, I still will never forget it, the feeling, the emotion of anger at first, and then just grief almost, and depression, and thinking I need to get the hell out of this business. And I had a mentor at the time who was like, well, that's how much value you added to the company over the last 7 days. And so it really opened my eyes to you're paid exactly the amount of value that you bring to the marketplace.
100%.
And that's one of the beautiful things about sales and real estate is that there's no limits. You can make as much as you want to make, but you have to be able to consistently add more value
100%.
in order to earn more.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But you do control that.
100% you do. Yeah. And I think the sooner people realize that, the better. But yeah, like I said, I'm an open book. So I tell people all the time, if you're thinking about getting in real estate, I'll talk to you about it, and I'll give you the pros and cons and what to do and what not to do.
So are you guys looking to recruit at all for your team? Are you trying to grow?
Necessarily.
Or not, that's not the focus
I've had a
right
lot
now?
of people ask me that. Like I said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I love our little team. I love that we're small but mighty. Maybe one day, we might, especially if we get overwhelmed. I would say right now we're in such a good rhythm with all of us, with the amount of business that we have. We don't feel overwhelmed.
Do each of you complement each other because of specific roles that you play in the operation of the company, or do you guys just all operate as independent agents?
No, we operate together. I mean, my brother and myself, we do everything together. My mom, like I said, she's very part-time. She'll do the fun stuff. Like she'll come, like we're on a nice listing appointment tonight. She's coming with me with that, and she'll go to the closings. But she's very part-time. And Juan, we'll do things with Juan. Like I did a listing appointment with Juan the other day. We like to do things together. I feel like we feed off each other very nicely in our energy. What we kind of bring to the table. Yeah, I think we all bring different things. Cool. I definitely think, especially in like consultations, I can take the lead more, in what we're saying and stuff. But they all bring different stuff. My brother is like the marketing guru. We all bring different stuff.
So for people to get to know you a little bit on the personal side,
yes.
So are you family, no children yet, right? Are you married, kids, nothing?
Yeah, recently single, actually. If you told me I would be single at 30.
Gentlemen, she's available.
Yes.
You can reach us out.
Thank you.
Give us some comments in there.
Instagram. Yeah, no, if you told me I'd be single I'm 32. If you told me I'd be single at 32, I'd be like, wow, something's wrong with me. But no, it's fine. Age is just a number. But yes,
yes, it is.
I am recently single, so no kids. Would love kids maybe one day. But yeah, I just have a dog. She's really ugly.
Might get a lot of attention now from this thing, so be careful. People could be throwing some comments your way.
There you go. Yes. Maybe so.
You guys are wearing headphones.
But yeah, I have a dog who's hideous, but she's so cute. She's so
dog.
ugly that she's cute. Her name is Lemon.
Okay.
I feel so bad for her. She has met a lot
so
of.
When you're not jamming in real estate, you're hanging out with Lemon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's had a lot of dog dad in her days. I was like, one day you'll have a true dog dad. But she's a Shih Tzu. She actually, little side story, I actually almost ran her over yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah, I probably would not have been here. And it's because she got scared of thunder. I needed her to go to the bathroom. I was going to an event and I was like, Lemon, just go out, pee on the patio. I don't care. If you haven't gone, it was, were you guys with the storms yesterday?
Yeah, we had them too.
Insane. Yeah. And she escaped, which she does, but she never does it during a thunderstorm. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I got in my car and it was storming, and I had the thought, look in your rear view camera. I looked and she's running towards my car, and I slammed on the brakes. She got all over my outfit. Poor Lemon.
Little did she know how close she was to being squashed yesterday.
I know. If I killed my dog, that would have been the worst year probably of my life so far. Yeah. Of everything going on. But yeah, so just me and Lemon.
What do you guys love to do for fun when you're just outside of real estate? What passions do you have other than opera?
I have 5,000 friends. It's so true. Like literally,
so you're a true socialite.
I am a true socialite. I'm kind of like, I would say my friends say this, I'm like the glue to my friends.
Are you a foodie, or you're just
I am a foodie.
Club girl?
No, gosh, I'm too old for that now. Uh-huh. I mean, like I do like going to happy hours because, half off, which is great.
Sure.
And I do love going to like nice restaurants and stuff. But I love getting all my friends together. I like for my birthday this year, which I realized we're really old and we should probably stop doing stuff like this. I did a beer Olympics game with a bunch of floats. And Juan on my team, he actually pulled his hamstring. A few people one person broke their toe.
Sounds like a pretty rough
it was
event.
Really rough. And I was like, I am so sorry, you guys.
Before or after all the beer?
Yeah, right. It was in between.
Okay.
I don't even think the alcohol. I think it was just that we're old.
Yeah, hamstrings pulling and
yeah.
Once you get past 30, it doesn't get easier.
It doesn't get easier. Really? Oh gosh, I know. I'm closer to 40 than I am 20.
My first hamstring playing softball. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
The first time ever?
Yeah,
That's
first
impressive.
time ever.
Wow.
I was like 40. This was a couple years ago now, so I was 43 at the time. I'm 45 now.
That's the first time. That's actually impressive that was the first time ever. I'm just telling you.
My hamstring, but it still was a reminder. We're getting old. What can you say?
No, we are. It's very sad.
It is.
But yeah, I love getting my friends together. So I just have, like I said, a lot of friends. I love them dearly. And
get to travel at all? Or you just pretty much stay to Tampa Bay mostly?
Every year is different. I joked that one year I did well in real estate, so I could travel. I did like Europe. I did Hawaii that year, which that was a lot of fun. Last year or 2 years ago, I remodeled my house. Last year, I don't really know what I did, or what.
Do you have a favorite place you visited?
I loved Austria, which I didn't really know.
That's cool.
That was not one that I thought
never
I
been.
would love. Gorgeous.
I've been to Prague. It's close.
Prague is pretty. I did that too.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of people. But no, Austria is very, very pretty.
You hear about the mountain ranges and the snow caps and everything
So
out
pretty.
there, you know?
Yep.
Plus, as an opera singer, I guess there's a
a
lot of roots there.
We did go to an opera, and I was like, this could have been me. You know,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. But no, I am Italian, Sicilian specifically.
Okay.
And I've never been to Italy.
Must clarify that. Yep.
Definitely have to clarify. My grandma would be rolling in her grave. So I
Are
do
you a
want to
good
go.
cook?
You know what?
We're putting your profile together for all you gentlemen out there. Yeah.
This was a real estate thing. Now it's just a dating show. I am an okay cook. I'm a good cook at what I do. But my grandma would be rolling in my grave. Like she used to make like homemade cheese and stuff.
My wife is half Italian,
Okay.
Polish and Italian, so she also cooks the Italian meals, which are necessity if you have any Italian blood.
100%. Yeah, I would say I'm a decent cook if I cook, but if it's just me and Lemon, I'm only cooking for myself, so I'm really good at that Publix meal for one.
She's really throwing it out there, gentlemen. We got
to
get Courtney busy here. She's going to cook for you. She's got a dog. You got to like little dogs, though. That might be a deal breaker for some.
I know. Well, she's basically a cat.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And she acts like a cat.
All right, a couple rapid fire questions I have for you.
Give it to me.
Do you have a favorite book, author, seminar that you feel like you've ever attended that has made an impact on you personally or professionally?
For sure. So I love anything written by Gary Keller, obviously, Keller Williams. The One Thing is great. The nice thing about KW is we do have family reunion.
Yep.
Last time Tony Robbins was there. Amazing. And also
Have you
Mel
ever gone to
Robbins.
one of his events?
I've not been to one of his events, but he
should
did.
check it out.
I would 100%
I went
go.
for like a year and a half. I went to like 6 of his events over like a package that I bought, and it was a game changer for sure.
I believe that. Just for the 1 hour he spoke, I was like, this is amazing. And Mel Robbins, you know what's so funny? I thought they were married for the longest time, just last name. So I know.
No, his wife's name is Sage.
Yeah,
Tony's
did not know
name.
that. And I found that out literally there. I was like, oh, the husband and wife team. And they're like, no, Courtney. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, same last name. She's amazing too. And I actually met her in a parking lot, and I have a selfie with Mel Robbins, which
Nice.
I'm very proud of.
you
So yeah, that was fantastic.
Do you read a lot?
Do I read a lot? Sometimes. I get
More of an
sleepy when I
audible
read.
girl, or you actually like a book?
I try to do audible, but then my brain just starts kind of going everywhere, which direction.
It does make it easier if you're just riding in the car or whatever the case may be.
It does. So I try to listen to podcasts in the car and stuff, but my brain, because of
Do you have a favorite podcast other than ours, obviously?
Oh, of course. I like Mel Robbins.
Okay.
I also, because I am Catholic, Father Mike Schmidt. He's like 5-minute little podcasts, which I do like. But yeah, another event. So I was 30 under 30 for the National Associations of Realtors a few years ago when I was under my 30s. So they do an event every year.
You just missed our cutoff. We just did 30 under 30.
Oh, yeah.
For real producers.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Maybe we'll do 40 under 40 next year.
There
We'll
you
see.
go. Throwing my hat in the rake. So they have an event every
35
year.
35 under 35. I mean, there's different options.
Right. So this year's Chicago. So I always love those events too. It's fun meeting like different agents in the country, which is very exciting. So.
Yeah, and the other guy that was big with Gary Keller was Jay Papasan, right? With KW.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote that book together.
They did.
Right.
I forgot the name of it, but yes, they did.
I met him once at I'm a part of a mastermind called Front Row Dads.
Okay.
And so he was a speaker there.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, he's amazing. He was breaking down the story there behind like the systems and stuff that he's been involved with. So
yeah. No, they're fantastic.
Impressive.
Yeah. So that, like I say, I read sometimes, but
favorite movie or TV show?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I genuinely don't have probably a favorite. It depends on like the year. Like right now I'm watching The Summer I Turned Pretty with My Girlfriends, of course, very basic.
That's a show?
It's a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of it. Rob's smiling.
If it's
so
team, are you team?
Rob must be a favorite.
Are you team Jeremiah or team Conrad? It's not your favorite. Oh, okay. Okay.
Is that Netflix? What is that?
It's no, it's Prime.
Prime. Got
Prime.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you know what? I just can't.
I'm not into those reality shows anymore.
I do like Love Island. I just can't do the everyday watching. To me, that's just too much. It's too much work.
It's modern day soap operas, basically.
It really, really is. Yeah. No. If every season, if you ask me differently, movies, I don't know, but nothing's scary. I'm not a scary gal.
Not a horror gal.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I am such a chicken with scary movies. Have you ever seen the series of Unfortunate Events?
Yeah, I think I have.
It's not scary, and I was scared at that movie. So
We'll keep it
anything but scary.
light and comedy, right?
Light and comedy.
Light and
Love a
comedy.
good
That's the way
rom-com.
to do it. I'm just trying to help the guys out there.
Yeah.
So if they want to figure out the right movie to take you to, now they have some insights.
There you go.
We're giving information.
Great.
All right, last one I have for you. This is, I think, one of my favorite questions, and it just deals with the concept of the legacy that we want to build, right,
Yeah.
and leave. And you've done a great job building your business over the last decade. And when you think about that day, hopefully many years from now, when you're sitting on that rocking chair and you're thinking back to what you'd want to be most remembered for
sure.
and the legacy that you'd want to leave, what are some thoughts that come to mind for you?
I think that I love my mom. And if you told me when I was in high school that my mom would be my best friend now, I would say you're crazy because I was so mean. I'm so sorry. But I love that every day people tell me I'm more and more like my mom. She's also a social butterfly. She has a lot of friends, but she just has a really good heart and she cares about people. So for me, and I think this is like one thing I think I know, but I hope our clients can see is like, I truly care. I honestly probably care too much, but I truly care about anybody I come in contact with, any friends I have, any clients I have. So I think it's just my heart. Like even kind of what I touched on with my friends and how I bring them all together. It's because I love everybody and I want to be that person that gives joy to people and really show that, I never want people to feel left out. I never want people to think, oh, I didn't get invited or this or that. Like, I think it's just, I want to be remembered, great dog mom.
Genuine, compassionate, all that
Genuine,
stuff.
compassionate, and someone with a good heart.
Shout out to Mama Dukes.
Shout out to Mama
That's a good
Betsy.
answer. That must make her proud right now.
Yep.
Hopefully
Aw,
she's
hope
listening
so.
in or sees this snippet somewhere online.
Right.
So shout out to you for sure. Well, it was great to have you. I'm glad that we
you.
could dive in a little
This was
bit to your
easy.
story.
I didn't know
I
what to
told you.
expect.
Just a simple conversation. We're simple
Yeah.
here. We're not biting anybody's head off. At least not
Right.
yet.
Yep.
But I'm sure we'll have you back hopefully some other time
appreciate
on the
that.
show. And don't be a stranger with our events and stuff.
I
moving forward.
won't. Now that I know, I'll have to go to the other ones. Absolutely.
No doubt. And if somebody does want to reach out to you, whether it's to talk about your team, talk about your story, what's the best way for someone to connect you?
So you can go to our Instagram and our Facebook page. We are the Welch Family Group. And if you see the grapes, you're in the right logo. That's our logo.
That's it.
And then I guess my email too, but I think the Welch Family Group, you can DM us and message us
We'll
from
leave
there.
the dating prospects out with the emails. They can search it another way. So that works. All right. Well, we're going to end the episode the way we always do, which is with a challenge to the audience. And the challenge is always, what's one thing that you can take from our conversation today with Courtney that will help propel you forward if you take action on that thing? We're big proponents of making sure that you take action, because without that, then it's really a waste to invest the time that you have to listen to this, whether it's on any of the podcast platforms we're on, or you're watching this live on YouTube or Facebook or any of our platforms. But always be in the mindset of just looking for that one nugget, that one thing. We talked a lot about events today and the role that that's played in Courtney's success. And maybe that's something that you're missing a little bit in your business. Maybe there's something that you can start planning for, even if it's just one event a year, to add that additional, boost into your business, that additional give back to your community. And I think that was a great strategy that Courtney laid out. She's doing like 4 or more a year, but that might be too much for many of you right off the bat. But can you start with one? Can you start planning one that you think could add value, that could be fun and add a little bit of flavor into your business? Or maybe it was something else entirely. It could have been a book recommendation that she mentioned. But what's one thing that you can take action on? You can see Courtney's success has been built around relationship development and building her business really organically through relationships. And that has to do with just tapping into your network, adding value, of course, which we talked about, to that network, and figuring out what's the way that you are going to distinguish yourself as an agent. When there's over 24,000 licensed agents out there, you have to be different. And you have to come across in a unique way like Courtney's been able to do. And that's why her clients, of course, appreciate her and love working with her. So we want to make sure you leave with that, with some sort of action step. If you want to join us at topproducersnation.com, you can see a webinar that we run actually every Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern, so a little later on today. If you wanted to hop on, you can learn more about our platform and exactly what we do with agents to help support them and grow them and whatever it takes to be able to help them from a system side or even just from a branding side, there's different elements that we have in place, including an online community with an app that you can use to network with other top producers like Courtney, so that you can stay and build those relationships to help your business grow as well. So check that out at topproducersnation.com. Of course, if you don't subscribe yet to our show, just click that little button below so that you'll be notified every time we drop a new episode, which we do weekly. And you can subscribe at the Top Producers Nation page, YouTube channel, or even at Tampa Bay Real Producers if you're local here to the Tampa Bay area. The Tampa Bay page will give you some more local information to Tampa. And if you're an agent in other markets, check us out at Top Producers Nation channel. We will see you on the next episode podcast. Check you out later.